Hey, soldiers, it was forecast that hundreds of millions of jobs would be lost thanks to artificial intelligence, automation, and robotics. And we are starting to see that. Amazon has over 1.5 million employees. They've got to be the largest employer, single employer in non-governmental. Even the government doesn't have that many employees, I don't think. But in any event, they have started to incorporate robots into their warehouses. Now, we already know that Amazon was incorporating artificial intelligence into a large part of its operation. But now we have robots. And who works in the warehouse? Well, people making lower wages, blue collar, okay, folk that don't necessarily have, the college degrees and that sort of thing. And these jobs create a lot of upward mobility in some cases for a certain segment of our society. Are we in danger of seeing that disappear? Thanks to robotics, okay? So, look, 1.5 million human employees. What do they all have in common? Well, they all need a day off. They all need some sort of benefits, right? They can get sick, okay? They can have a loved one pass away and need bereavement leave. They might not be able to lift 100 pounds, okay? But the robots, they don't need any days off. Some of these robots are pretty damn strong. We'll go over it in a minute. And you know what? The robots are not going to organize into unions. Now look, guys, unions, if you look through the history of the country, they've been very beneficial in many cases to workers. If you go back, take a look at the genesis of the union in this country. I mean, the treatment that a lot of workers in America had to put up with from companies before the, advent or the, flourishing of unions was pretty tough. Now, you can also make the opposite argument that modern day unions have gotten a little above themselves in many cases and actually eliminated jobs. And that might also be what we see here with the Amazon robot situation. Look, Amazon is out there saying that, hey, we're going to need even more humans. You're going to need more than 1.5 million humans to do this job when you're bringing robots in. That's a damn lie, and they know it, especially when you have operations like, take a look at McDonald's. When's the last time you went into a McDonald's? They have fewer employees there because they've got the kiosk. Someone doesn't come up to that counter and take your order, at least not in my experience, unless you really make them aware that you're there. It's no longer you coming in and coming up to the counter, may I take your order? No, the kiosk is there, all right? Place your order there. We'll cook it, and then we'll hand it to you, and then you can leave. Or you can sit down and eat it at your leisure. But in any event, Amazon has started to incorporate robotics into its operation.
From robots to artificial intelligence, Amazon says it's revolutionizing the way consumers get their orders.
And it's all about innovation. I'm inside Boss 27. This is a state-of-the-art facility just outside of Boston. And with me now is Amazon's chief technologist for robotics, Ty Brady. Ty, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
So this is the first time the public will see some of the new technology you are rolling out for the holidays. What happens in a lab like this?
We are reimagining the future of robotics so that you can do your holiday shopping even better.
Today, Amazon launches Sequoia, its brand new robotic system in Houston. The company says it's capable of stocking merchandise 75% more quickly and delivering your orders 25% faster.
What was the problem you were trying to solve with Sequoia?
We want to offer a wider selection for our customers. We want to do that in a very efficient manner so we can pass on a low cost to our customers.
Brady says Sequoia also makes it safer for employees, reducing the number of accidents and repetitive stress injuries.
So you don't have to get on a ladder, you don't have to bend down on your knees, you don't have to reach up really high.
And just how do those towers move around? Meet Hercules. Today is graduation day. The finished robots form a line and drive themselves onto their own shipping pallets, where they'll head off to work at fulfillment centers around the world. Amazon is also introducing Digit. This new bipedal robot can grab and move orders in warehouse spaces not designed for humans.
It all looks cool, especially the robots. Yeah. But you do have to wonder about the folks who used to actually have those jobs, like the people.
Right. And that is a question I asked when we were there. And Amazon insists their data proves otherwise, that they are adding jobs as they are adding robotics. They, in fact, say that they've added hundreds of thousands of new jobs and 700 job categories. But yes, you're right. The person who might be lifting those shelves or lifting those totes is a different person. They may now need to brush up on engineering skills or different kinds of critical thinking.
Okay, so one of the things about these robots is they're safer. You know that sign in a lot of companies, a lot of blue-collar companies that said, it's been 3 days since we had our last accident. Well, you're probably not going to have that sign too much longer, because if a robot malfunctions, they'll just get him fixed. And if if it endangers another robot, then they'll just take them offline and replace the robots, and no big deal. No litigation will come out of that. No workman's compensation will come out of that. So Amazon is at the forefront of this. Now, I don't believe that they're doing this in order to create more human jobs. That's a lie. And you heard the young lady say, well, look, if you want to maintain your employment, you just got to update your skills. So you might need to brush up on those engineering skills. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. I'll go from a warehouse worker and I'll just break out my trigonometry textbook and brush up on my engineering skills and make that transition. It's kind of like what Hillary Clinton told the West Virginia coal miners. She said, you guys, we're going to put you out of a job. But there are other jobs available. There are other opportunities like coding. You can go from the coal mine to sitting in front of a computer and programming it for all sorts of things. Talk about out of touch. So this is what we're seeing. We knew this was coming, guys. Okay, we knew that companies were going to start doing this. This is another pressure on the middle class. What do you need to do? Well, there's going to be a whole bunch of jobs that you cannot look at as jobs of the future. Now, what are the jobs that robots won't be able to do, that artificial intelligence won't be able to do here in the near future? Well, driving is certainly not one of those. They will be able to do that. In fact, Amazon is developing a fleet of driverless vehicles and also drones to deliver packages to the end user. Okay, so those are more jobs that we're going to be seeing on the chopping block. Now, if you are a plumber, an electrician, an HVAC technician, I believe those jobs are going to be around for quite some time. Reason being is because my house is different from my neighbors. His house is different from our other neighbors. There's different topography. There are different systems. You got to go downstairs and then you got to turn the corner here. And in my house, you got to go downstairs and turn the corner there to get to the box, and, different brands of machinery, different ages. That's a tall order for those West Virginia coal miners who turned into coders, right? We're not there yet, especially not with robotics. So those jobs are, I believe, going to be secure for another 20 years, I would argue. Other jobs that will be pretty secure from the standpoint of not having them taken over by robots or AI will be jobs in the financial services sector. There will be people who want to sit down and talk with a person when it comes to their financial future. There's still a lot of people out there like that. Now, these younger generations, they might not need that. They might be just fine with an AI, an unaccountable AI, saying, yeah, this is invest in this. And then when it all goes to hell, you have no one to blame or call. AI doesn't want to hear it, right? So again, I think that's a position that will be firmly in place and shielded from the ravages of AI and robotics for another 15 to 20 years. Attorneys, doctors, also. People want to deal with certain things in terms of human to human. So, bottom line is, look, purchase assets. You've got to do it. You got to put yourself in a position where you have more than one stream of income in order to be able to free up enough money to purchase as many assets as you can, because the world is changing so doggone rapidly. And guys, we cannot afford as soldiers of finance to get caught out there. Share this video. Let people know what's coming to that Amazon warehouse. I know people who work in the Amazon warehouse. I want to hear from them. Have you seen these robots in your workplace? Are they, putting you out of tasks that you used to do at your job? Of course they are, based on what we just saw. Guys, I'll talk to you soon.